get their first win on the board. And for the second win, also for Hecka as well.
So let's hop into game number 1 here for this best of 3. And hop right into it. I always love starting off with the minor.
And guessing wrong on the defense, it feels a little bit better.
Yeah.
So FaLcOn on the bottom side this time around. He's the one that put the guards in the wrong position. Good snowball to get one poke. Still will not matter, but...
Ooh, getting aggressive now.
A lot of leaks for FaLcOn, you can already see. Oh, that's not the best of defenses. To go Prince against the Prince, you never want to take that. You have to spend much more elixir in return to count even for it. And you can see that extremely ahead on elixirs right now is going to be Hecka.
He's feeling pretty good about it so far. Another miner's going to get in there and do a little bit of chip damage as...
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Hunter Prince. Could be a giant deck. Still putting my guesses on for now, and we'll have to kind of wait for a lot of these other reveals to come along, especially for Hecka too, because bringing an Archer with the Prince is an unusual combo. We'll see what comes of it.
Yeah, and both players kind of just feeling each other out, trying to slowly put stuff out there, bait them into making mistakes. This time, FaLcon's Prince is going to get the charge. I like that barrel, actually.
Yeah, just in time. Make sure you get that one last strike, but second to last unrevealed card was going to be that Lightning, but it wasn't really the Lightning that did the show there. The Prince getting the charge, putting a lot of damage on. Oh, no!
Oh,
okay.
That was... Prince was doing a little bit of drifting there.
Yeah, I mean, the miner distracted him wholly on that one, and I think that interaction was a little bit unexpected by both players, and thankfully Prince was able to get there in time.
All right, that...
Ooh, the Hunter is going to die out.
Yeah,
so you can see that hugely FaLcon's going to be behind Elixir because of these extra Elixirs that he has to spend just on defense. But that last drive from the Prince from the right side did FaLcOn pretty well, that even despite these differences in Elixir, he's very well ahead.
All right, going to get that charge from the Prince on the Barbarian out of the barrel, but that Hunter, kind of unfortunately placed there, is going to be a casualty.
Very much needed, though, because Prince was going to go straight on for that tower, and you didn't want the very late reveal on the golem. It's going to prompt right away on the left side to go for the counterattack here.
Okay, the guards are going to be crucial at countering that Prince, but look at the reveal on this one. We know who gets the win on that trade as final card comes out here from Detective Hecka.
So wasn't able to support that on the right side for FaLcOn because he knew he had to defend the left side with the guards and with the defensive units as well against the Prince that was coming in. So good of Hecka to continue to put this pressure, but now second charge of this golem will be coming in from FaLcOn, and feels like he's going to be the one to continually make sure that the golems do not come in if you are Hecka.
Yeah, second Inferno Tower going to be just fine, and that Lightning, not the best value you could have gotten. An extra bit of damage, but that Prince remains.
Oh no, oh no. Ooh. So just to make sure everything's all right, you saw that the Prince got an extra hit from the Hunter, so for FaLcOn, he actually got pretty good value with the Hunter, the counterattack roll, but we are looking at the Prince being distracted by the Ice Golem, but the left side really isn't much of a worry for Hecka. I say that, but he puts a lot into it.
Ooh, last second guards there, plus Barbarian Barrel. Prince doing a little bit of damage on the left, but doesn't really want to focus on that. Going down the right side again.
Just a little over 300 damage on each of these lightnings, so if he can rotate around 2 lightnings, which would be ideal, but the guards have to be available for every little Prince charge that the Hecka is going to pull down.
All right, Inferno Tower has to come out. You can see as far left as possible, but wants to do a little bit of chip damage to get in lightning range, as you mentioned.
This might be a good lightning chance as the archers are available, but You see snowballs and the guards really not doing well.
That aggressive snowball was so good.
Yeah. 158 down to 77. So it will be that one more poison
the
needed.
Barbarian. Oh, he hits it, and there
That's all we
it
needed.
is.
304. 304.
Oh, that feels so bad for Detective Hecka, but the Barbarian out of the barrel gets the swipe.
You can see that was right on the money. If I remember correctly, I think 304 is very, very close to the exact number that the Lightning does onto the tower. So that one swipe for the Barbarian, as you say, was literally the money kill. And for the Indian kid that came in, didn't win much in the first few rounds of the mornings. Detective Hecka not doing so well, losing 2 straight in a row, as we kind of found out, and not doing well for himself in this third one either. So has to make sure that he wins the other 2 games after this one, because feels like the mentality toll is really getting to him after losing so much games in a row now for Hecka.
Yeah, it definitely is getting to him, as you can see on the right, which, again, you have to keep your cool and make the best decision when it comes to deck choice, at least. See him kind of flying around and still frustrated there within the UI. So it'll be interesting to see how he decides to change it up, if he does. Whereas FaLcOn finally getting some success here.
Yeah, good to see him do well. And for this player from India, the only one from representing this region in the APAC regional finals. We'll have to see if this next game will also do him favorably to make sure he gets that first win on the board for today's tournament. Should be very, very important for him to get on a good roll to maybe start on a win streak that hasn't really existed for him already this morning.
Okay, let's get into this one. We've had 3 best-of-3s go all the way to Game 3. One of them actually went to Game 4, as we had a draw the one time. Let's see if we can have FaLcOn actually become our first guy to get the 2-0.
Okay, Hecka breaking the silence with those skeletons and a tombstone. So this would do very, very well against big decks like the Golems and the Lava Loons. Speaking of, Hecka has his own Lava Hound ready to go here, and FaLcOn's just going to counter it with his Mega Minion to see if he can get some decent damage on to the 7-cost unit.
Getting in there with the Prince. It's going to line that one up, but...
With the Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter's going to be really good there.
Might be the exact same deck from FaLcOn. Might be the Golem deck we saw from the last game with the Hunter and the Prince variant. So Hunter will go out, as with the Infernal Dragon.
Well, pretty easy counter there. Maybe kind of miscalculated the cycle to get back to the Mega Minion, but I think it should have been pretty obvious that he did have it again.
I would have assumed that Hecka was definitely counting the cards correctly, but an error, just that arrow was a... I mean, I'm sure it was needed, but did he not have better alternative with so much elixir available in that rotation? This kind of baffles me a little bit. He still got that one hit with that Mega Minion in the end for those 3 elixirs used. So it is the same deck from FaLcOn, exact same. And for the Lava Hound and the Balloon, how much damage can Hecka get done on this rotation?
All right, here it comes. Lava Loon charging on down. Already a good response with the Lightning. Gonna be perfect there. And that should be going down.
Yeah, that tower's gone. The second drop will happen, and the third drop just as well. But this Golem on the right side, how much of a defense becomes a possibility with the Prince literally just going down to the might of the skeletons? And yeah, the Golem didn't do much, and it feels like this is going to be the end of it all, as we see just 1,000 damage still left over on the tower. And you can pretty much guarantee that the Tombstone is back on rotation just like that.
Yeah. Not much in terms of reach. Does have the Lightning from the last game, but We're at 7:08 on that tower,
Yeah.
so that's going to be too little too late, Joel, and that means we are going to be going into a game number 3 once again at Detective Hecka, able to come back in this one.
Very clean on that one, just rotating the cards well. And if Hecka was expecting a Golem deck once again to come up and he was playing this deck in response to it, that was very well thought by Hecka to make sure that Tombstone and that bit of Skeletons does well to negate the Prince most of the part, and anything else that comes from the support of the Golem from the side of FaLcOn doesn't really trouble Hecka as much, as long as you can get the Prince negated and pretty much neutralized for most of the play. It does well for Hecka to continue on with his home play to eventually get the balloon down, to get those multiple drops we saw with that lightning connection, just taking care of the Hunter, taking care of the Mega Minion. And really, that's all you need to make sure you get that couple of drops to finish off the tower in an instant.
Exactly. So even though Detective Hecka looked a little bit iffy early on in that second game, a great play there enables him to come back in that one. So is going to tie it up. And if we do go along the lines of the way that these series have been going before, then FaLcOn maybe won't have as much luck going into the next one, but you can see the players still determining which decks they will choose here.
You would have to imagine that FaLcOn will be switching things up, not go with the exact same Golem deck, as there's definitely a possibility where Hecka plays that same Lava Loon deck. He hasn't found much success with other decks already today, so whatever works, I think he's going to try to continue to make it work.
For sure. So looks like the game is ready. Let's hop into it now. Game 3. India versus the Philippines. Both trying to send their player into the next round in Xi'an, China.
China sends the regards to both Detective Hecka and FaLcOn, who are very evenly matched across 2 games, and it's game 3. As long as this doesn't go to another tie, really would settle the differences. And the Archer, a little bit unfortunate with the timing there, as the Baby Dragon was summoned right after.
Definitely unfortunate.
That
That's
Mega
really
Minion.
nice.
Yeah, the Mega Minion staying alive in this one with the Prince helping out. That Baby Dragon and that one Mega Minion getting so much value there. And even that E-Wiz will get some hits onto the tower. Big damage.
Yeah, just getting the Baby Dragon a tiny inch ahead of the Mega Minion means the aggro makes all the difference, and that's really important.
Super important, yeah.
Clash Royale, if you guys are trying to get better, just it's definitely a game of inches, or maybe even millimeters.
Pixel, one will say.
Okay, that's better, yeah.
1 pixel away.
For the screen.
Yeah, understands the difference in the positions relative to the tower. And just like that, the Archers once again serving very little purpose, as basically goes down to the entirety of the Barbarian Barrel. And the Miner, was that a mistake coming from Hecka? One would assume so. Was that really needed to just destroy the guards? Was definitely not the first priority as we saw it.
I feel like he was expecting the guards to come out and he wanted to get behind them, but then he just mispressed his thing, so misplaced him, as you were mentioning. So definitely seemed to be a bit of a mistake. Wow, getting in there with the lightning already.
A little bit of overstand with that lightning. Going for 3 elixirs of the Archers in trade for the 6. So you're going to be a little bit behind if you are FaLcOn in terms of elixir, but you can see that Hecka's leaking quite heavily.
Ooh, that poison. Kind of similar. Basically is only going to start getting some damage here on the Princess Tower.
That's a blind poison, and if you have an empty poison like that, it doesn't do you too well. As long as the Archers take care of these little fire spirits coming from the furnace. Does well with the Royal Giant coming in line, but right when the Prince is available as well, it's not a good situation for FaLcOn at all.
Yeah, that was not the best Royal Giant timing there. Absolutely. Wanted to keep that secret up until the end,
Exactly.
but he, I don't know, I guess he was playing too much of the mind games and not much of the mechanical Clash Royale play.
Good snowball. Just They're getting everything from coming in, and for those 2 elixirs, does get very decent value. And look at that Fire Spirit did connect. It was the archers were pretty confused as to whether to go for the right side or the left side, but you can see that the miner continually pressing down the damage onto the right tower. Once again, the Prince is right on time. Even the Infernal Tower, the last reveal card, comes into play. This is going to be troublesome for FaLcOn. I mean, the Lightning does something, but you know the Royal Giant has to connect for a lot of damage. That's your win condition, and for FaLcOn, really hasn't been coming along.
Yeah, not too much. Miner once again. Oh, yeah, he is going to connect again.
I would have to say really late on the reaction for the guards there. I think he had plenty of time to go for that one, but now it feels like the Royal Giant, this has to be the one to get it done, but is the Lightning ready? He just doesn't have enough elixirs to take that Infernal Tower away.
Yeah, not quite here, so majority stuff is going to survive, and it's just the slow chip away game with that miner again.
I mean, if you know you're going to be playing a Royal Giant and you have the Lightning in hand and you're going up against the comp that has the Infernal Tower, you have to have those 12 elixirs really quickly ready to go. Just make sure when you summon that Royal Giant, you need to have that 6 elixirs very quickly to negate the plays that will come from the Infernal Tower, which happens now. This is exactly what you need to do, but a little bit too late on that one as there's too many units that the Lightning was prioritizing over the Infernal Tower.
Yeah, also the positioning of the tower was good, way off to the left, out of lightning range, and now looks like we're in poison range, and even the Prince is going to get in there for that final tap. And that means that Detective Hecka will come back, take the 2-2 score now. Unfortunately, that does mean that FaLcOn, although he is very successful,